So for today's workout we're going to make use of some stuff in the garden. I've got my pitchfork and I've got a garden chair. You just need something that's got some length to it. So a spade, a broom handle, just a piece of wood. Failing that you can use individual items, but just again something to add a little bit of resistance to what we're going to do. 8 movements again, 10 repetitions of each one. 3 to 5 rounds is my recommendation, and I'll just talk you through them. So, first one, we're going to do a form of goblet squat. Now for this, because I've got a fork, it's not going to be quite a goblet position, which would involve my hands being like this, but I'm just going to hold it as close to that as I can. So I'm going to make sure that the fork bit is nowhere near my feet, and all I'm going to do is take this into a squat position. So for those of you that don't know, we're going to take feet shoulder width apart, weight into the heels, everything nice and tight, shoulders pinned back, and then it's like a seated motion. So we're going to put our weight into our heels, push our hips back, take our bum down low, and we're trying to make a 90-degree angle at the knee, at the ankle, and as close to at the hips as possible. And then we power out by pushing down through the ground. So imagine trying to push the ground away. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For the second movement, we're now going to use the length of whatever item you've got. Going to take it in an overhand grip, so knuckles facing away, feet just underneath the hips, standing up nice and tall. And what we're going to do is what's known as a Romanian deadlift, or a straight leg deadlift. So we're going to hip hinge. So again, our hips and our bum are going to move backwards. We're going to maintain a nice straight line in the torso, head up off the chest, and you should feel this down the back of the posterior chain, the hamstrings in particular. So hands like this, I'll show you from different angles. So we just push back, just below the knees, and stand up nice and straight, but in the same movement. So we're reversing the hinging movement, the pushing back of the hips. 2, 3, I'll change angles so you can see what I mean. So I'm just pushing back. 4, 5, 6, you should notice a nice straight position through the spine, or nice neutral spine. 7, 8, 9, we'll do one more. 10. Then facing you again, keeping this in an overhand grip. Going to take my hands as wide as I can, the fork will allow me. Feet again, just planted slightly wider than shoulders. Now what we're going to do, we're going to hold the fork above our head, and then we're going to go back into that squatting motion. So we're going to squat down and try and keep our balance, keep our core locked, and hold the fork above our head. So this is an overhead squat. So we've changed the centre of gravity, which means this will feel very different to that first squat, but still working the legs, but now also involving a lot more core work and some shoulder mobility. You can see with me, the fork comes quite far forward. That's because I'm not particularly mobile in the shoulders. The more mobile you are, the further back it will be. Also, please note, your knees follow the direction of your feet. So if you keep your feet pointed slightly out away from your body, your knees should stay wide, they won't collapse in. So that's your overhead squat. So we did a straight leg deadlift, we're now going to do a single leg deadlift. I'm just going to do 3 or 4 on each leg, you're going to do 10 on each leg, so it's counting as 2 movements. Take your item in one hand, so I've gone right hand. I'm going to keep my right leg planted. My left leg, I'm going to take the weight off, so it's all in my right leg. And then my left leg's going to go back, and I'm going to hip hinge again. I'm going to tilt forward, keeping my torso straight and my head up. So I go into this position, and when I get nice and straight, I come back up. If you can keep your weight off your left leg, do so. If you need to rebalance, regroup. Go again. So you'll do 10 on that leg. I'm going to change legs and show you from the other side. So same principle. Hand that the weight is in is the leg or the foot that stays on the floor. Opposite leg comes out and goes straight. So that you'll do 10 on each leg. I did 3. Your last 3 movements are all going to involve the chair. So what we're going to do for the first one, if you've got yourself something with a bit of length to it, a stick of some description, I just want you to place it on your shoulders. So not on your neck, it's on your shoulders behind your head. What you're going to do, take your feet nice and wide, sit up nice and tall, probably just past a 90-degree angle at the knees, head up, and then you're just going to hip hinge. Keep your back straight, lean forward. This is a good morning, and you're just going to feel the stretch through the lower part of your back, through your glutes or your bum and your hamstrings, the back of the thighs. And you're just going to do 10 of these. So this workout really focuses on the legs, quite a lot on what we call the posterior chain, so all the muscles down the back of your body. You're going to do 10 of these. I'm just going to do 2 more. And 1 more for the sake of video. And back to the top. So at this point we can discard our object. And for the last 2, again I'm just going to show you 3 on each leg. We're going to use the chair. So this is a split squat. So what you do for a split squat, I'm going to go on my left leg first. My left leg goes forward, my right leg comes back, and I place the top of my foot on the chair. And then what I'm basically going to do is a squat movement, or a lunge movement from here. So I'm going to bend my left knee and take my right knee as close to the floor as I can get. Now, common sense here, if this movement is a little bit too advanced, that was my left leg, I'm going to do my right leg now, then we can take this to a normal lunge, which I'll show you in a second. So, get your balance. Hello, there we go. We go down. Do 1 more because the first one was ropey. And we just use it to lengthen the movement. Failing that, like I said, we can go into a normal lunging situation and just do static lunges. 10 on each leg, and that would be your 8 movements. As with all the others, 8 movements, 10 reps if that's too easy, 12 or 15 reps, 3 to 5 times through.